Welcome to Analyst. Today we will configure DHCP Relay Agent. So today we will learn DHCP Relay Agent. So why DHCP Relay Agent? It provides automatic IP address to different network to save implementation cost of extra DHCP server. So right now you can see over here there is network area A and network area B. Network area B is already have one server. We will configure this server as a DHCP server, and you can see all over the IP address we just mentioned over here, which is a 192.1.1 series. And here is we cannot mention any IP address over here. And network area A, we cannot mention any IP address over here. So what we will do, we have to. So the situation is like that. In network area B, we already have one DHCP server. And in network area A, we do not have a DHCP server to assign IP address of this host. So what we will do, can we give DHCP IP address using this server to this area A? Means we can give network area A pull out IP address with this server, which is installed in network area B. So for this we can install one router, and that router is work as a relay agent, DHCP relay agent. So what will router do? Router take out IP address from this server and install in network area A. So how this is possible? This is possible through DHCP. We can tell the router to help network area A for the IP address. Please understand this. Why DHCP is required? DHCP relay agent, this service is required. This service is required to save implementation cost of DHCP server. Like we already have one DHCP server in our environment, so installing one router, we can provide a DHCP pool to other network also to using this router. So this is how we can save the cost of DHCP server. And nowadays router is coming with DHCP service. So this one is also a good thing. So we will start configuring a DHCP relay agent. So I will just quickly mention my basic environment. This is a server, and this is a network area B. This is a printer, which I have taken one as a printer, and this is a two user host. So now we assign IP to these all users in network area A through this DHCP server, but in between them we install one router which act as a DHCP relay. So this is our small basic infrastructure. So let's check it out. So first we will here we will enter the static IP address of this server, which is 192.168.1.1. This is a service pool. This DHCP service pool you can create in Windows Server 2019. I will create a video on that how you can create a DHCP server. But in Packet Tracer you can directly create a pool over here. Just create service on, mention the pool which you want to install, like 192.168.1.0, 255.255.255.0. This will be your pool. So this is your DNS gateway. The gateway is your router IP address. So till now I did not mention the router IP address. So what I'll do, so for here we will take as a default gateway is 192.168.1.1. So now I will go to this desktop, click on IP configuration. I will click on DHCP. It's showing DHCP request is successful. You can see the IP address 192.1.0, 1.2. It's automatically take the IP address. DHCP request is successful. So this is how we can set a DHCP to network area B. So same thing we have to do over here. Just click on desktop, click on IP configuration, click on DHCP, requesting IP address for DHCP 192.1.3. See 1.3 it will take now. So on printer I think it will take 1.4 instead of 1.5 because you automatically take a IP address from DHCP pool. So let's see which IP address it will take. It is static over here, so we have to change it to DHCP. It will requesting the IP address. See, as I told you, it's take 1.4. So printer IP address is 1.4. So we have to change it over here. Now this all IP address configured and it's configured to DHCP server. Okay. So what we have to do? We have to configure network area A. Still now it's empty. There is no IP address assigned over here. You can see over here. Nothing is configured. So for that we will use a DHCP Relay Agent. Instead of installing one server over here, we will use DHCP Relay Agent. For that we will install one router. I will take one router over here which is act as a DHCP Relay Agent. So now the router, this router should connect it to switch. From here also it will connect it to switch. So now we will configure the router with below IP address. First we will check the interface. This one is gigabyte 000. This one is on gigabyte 001. Okay, so we will configure the IP address to this router. Enable config enter interface gigabyte 0/0/0 IP address 192.168.2.1 space 255.255.255.0 remove shut. Now same we will apply IP address to one interface and IP address is IP address 192.168.1.5 255.255.255.0 no shut. Now we will run the command which is DHCP helper in the interface. We will configure command on this interface. Please remember one thing, we will configure DHCP command on this interface. So interface is gigabyte 0/0/0 IP helper dash address 192.168.1.1. This is our server IP address, DHCP server IP address. You can see over here. Enter, and now just click on, just type right, save the configuration, close. So the router is configured for as a DHCP Relay Agent. But before that, I just wanted to show you some critical information, so you should not miss out. Please remember one thing. This should be your setting for Relay Agent. Like this is your static IP address we mentioned over here, 1.1 subnet mask, and default gateway should be this interface here. This router interface is your default gateway. Please remember one thing. And while configuring a DHCP command, you have to use this IP address. Okay. So now what I will do, okay, here static IP address, I will just click on DHCP and requesting for the IP address. Again I will do it. See, DHCP request is successful. It will take 192.6 and the IP and default gateway will automatically take this one, 2.1. This is his default gateway. So now what we will do, we will use same IP address over here. See, DHCP request is successful, 2.3. Now this on this system, just I will requesting IP address successful. What if I add one laptop over here and connect that laptop to any port and just go to the DHCP configuration, just wait that turn it to be the green. Do it for 5 times, it will come. Again, say DHCP request is successful, 2.4, 2.1, 2.1. So we configure new laptop over here and it is connected to DHCP server. Let's take IP from to DHCP server. The same what we will configure over here. We will add one laptop over here, and that laptop also connected to port. Just click on desktop, click on DHCP IP address. You have to wait over here, still amber light over here, orange light is there, till it turn into the green light. We have to wait. Now we will check. So DHCP request is successful, 1.7. So now, so this is how you can configure DHCP Relay Agent. The crucial point is, I will summarize the crucial point. The first thing is that this interface, this gigabyte interface is this one. See this is this interface gigabyte 001. So here we configure 1.5, and in the router, this is the very crucial point. You can see over here gigabyte 000. So this one is our interface gigabyte 000. This one. So we configure the IP address 2.1, which is this network area. But DHCP Relay Agent command, we use this interface gigabyte 0/0/0, and the IP helper address we will use a DHCP server IP address, which is 192.168.1.1, which is over here. So please don't be confused while applying the IP address over here. You can use IP address of the DHCP server plus in the gigabyte 0/0/0 interface, which is in a connected to different network. And other crucial thing you can see over here, which is in the desktop, this should be your default gateway over here, 2.1. It will automatically take, you don't need to configure it if your configuration is correct. The main thing is, while configuring DHCP, you have to focus on this DHCP pool. Like you can see this is the pool 1, which is for network area B. So here we will take 1.5. This 1.5 is our default gateway and DNS server as well. And the start IP address is 101. This is the key point, 1.0. So this pool we will take over here to, it will consider all 1 series IP over here. The second thing what we have to do is, second thing we have to click over there, DHCP in server pool 3. Here also you can see 1.5 is our default gateway. See, this is our default gateway for this server also. Why we are using 1.5? Because our server is installed in this series in 1.0 network. So that's the reason we will take 1.5 as a default gateway over here for this server also. And the IP address range we will give as per our requirement. So here we will use 2.0 network. So here we can just change 2.1. So here we will get the IP address of all the 2. Series over here. So this is the crucial point while configuring DHCP relay. Suppose I will add one more PC over here, and I will just connect with any port. You just right click over here, desktop, click on IP configuration, click start DHCP. Okay, it's showing failed because you can see orange light over there. So you have to wait it turn to be the green. After that you can check again. So we will wait for that turn into the green. Now it's turned into the green. So we will check now. Desktop, static, click requesting IP address. DHCP request is successful. You can see (2.5), 1.5 is our default gateway, which we take over here. So now, why we take that default gateway? Because if these guys take a printout from this computer to this printer, so it successfully can print. So network, so you can see over here, it's a different network, but help of the default print gateway, he can use this printer. So this is how you can configure DHCP relay. If you have any question, please mention in the comments box. Thank you.